What's going on, Aries? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Aries. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. I know these dance moves are just getting me. And that's probably what you even come here for, Aries, just to catch that and bounce. No, but Aries, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Aries. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump to this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case you are curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below, some links for some other readers that I like watching Aries. A very intuitive group. One of them is actually an Aries, so hopefully you like the energies as much as I do. Thank you. Let's see what your first card's going on here. Oh, look at you, Aries, about to stand out from the crowd. You got the 8th card of Sagittarius, which is the microphone card. Tell them what you got to say, Aries. Because this is the card of news, trending, broadcast, expression, strong opinion, make known, current events, public speaking, speak truth, communicate, social media, being heard, and speaking up. And the energy that's coming through here, Aries, is to communicate. And the energy that's, well, what I'm getting for some is that there's a need to, and let's hear me out, Aries. You know, that maybe we've been thinking about wanting to, maybe we have trouble with communication. You know, maybe it's like and it's either that we have struggles communicating, or there's someone that we may be dealing with where the communication is not as fluid as I feel like it could be, or that there's this sense of, oh, hold on, Aries, I think I'm gonna sneeze real quick. Okay, Aries, we're back. It definitely, that happened with another sign, but yeah, it's like there's this struggle with communication here, and this could be with friends, maybe with coworkers, maybe with family, but I feel that there's a need, or maybe wanting to either kind of figure out what the source of that is and kind of mend this thing, or we just may even just kind of, yeah, it's like we're at odds or something along those lines here, Aries. That, or we just, even for some others, I even feel like maybe we're just having troubles even getting our thoughts across. Maybe we've had like a lot on our heads, and, you know, just been kind of thinking about a lot of things, and it's hard to maybe even kind of stay focused, and even kind of maybe focus on like current like discussions, or like something along those lines here. But that's interesting, Aries. But I do feel also in this energy that, you know, when you think about Sagittarius energy, Sagittarius, they're a very wise sign. You know, they're ruled by Jupiter, and they're really good. I'm just getting like a teacher energy that's coming into the mix, and I feel that maybe for some there's a need to kind of like communicate your skills, and I feel like it's not something that'll just like help you grow, Aries, that is going to help others grow and expand as well. There's could be this nice little, this six of pentacles type of energy, you know, that kind of like that reciprocity, where it's like the energies are flowing real just kind of harmonious, and just everything's simpatico there, Aries. But let's get some tarot on this, get some details. Alright, Aries. Thank you. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at this little ace party here. Alright, so you have the Ace of Discs, the Ace of Swords, the Two of Wands, one of your cards, and then the Four of Cups. And I feel like for some, with the Two of Wands being here, it almost feels like that there's a need maybe for some to like, because it's like with the Ace of Swords, it's like maybe we've had this thought about like wanting to have this. It's like either a conversation that we need to have, or this could even be like maybe we're even communicating that we want to. I don't know, this could be like we want to either get like a raise possibly, or maybe even go for like a new, like a promotion, or this almost kind of gives me, let's go a little broader there, Aries, because I almost kind of get for another energy that's kind of coming through here is this need to maybe like communicate our ideas to like the universe, to kind of to talk, because aces are like my seed cards, and I feel that when we're feeling in this place of disinterest, and when we feel like life hasn't been going our way, or that hasn't been giving the things that we want, it's like, how do we change that energy up? How do we, it's like you're establishing your dominion with this Two of Wands here, and you're creating the space of like of getting into more kind of like intentional, I feel like, creation, like manifestation, like really paying attention to, like, let's say any sort of ideas that come your way. Maybe you've been thinking about let's do it some sort of like doing some sort of like broadcasting or podcast, or YouTube, or any sort of like social media, TikTok, whatever. And it's like maybe it's taking those thoughts and like making them tangible, really kind of just, I'm almost even getting like a Hierophant type of energy, where it's like we're strengthening that connection with you, and however you connect to the source, Aries, your future self, higher self, the spirits, angels, however that's looking. But I feel that if we don't communicate those things, and don't really kind of, don't put that energy out there, then it's hard for us to get, the things that that we want. And it almost feels like with this Four of Cups, it's like we're trying to force ourselves into maybe like it's like we're telling ourselves that we're comfortable with the position, or with a certain, let's say maybe like a work position, or maybe a place that we're living in, a relationship that we're in. And but it's like, it's interesting with this Four of Cups though, because it's like where things, it's almost like these lights are kind of like trying to blind you from the fact that the waters are looking pretty choppy in this card, and where the other two cards, the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups, have this sort of like daylight and everything's all pleasant type of backgrounds here. This is like a portending to a storm here, like a change, like something's been a brewing, a shift needs to happen. And I feel it's going to be where it's like we just got to listen to those ideas, and make those energies manifest, really. It's more than just the feeling, it's the follow through, the initiative that's needing to happen. Let's see what else we got here, Aries. Alright, thank you. Alright, Aries. So you have the Five of Wands and then the Nine of Swords here. And the Five of Swords, it's like we're in this like almost like kind of frustrated state, like it's like we want to make this thing happen for some. Maybe we've been just kind of getting a game plan for a while here, but it almost feels like that there's this fear maybe for some to pursue this thing. If this is like a thing that we're trying to manifest here with the Nine of Swords, it's like the things that we can kind of tell ourselves, like, how the seeds of confidence can then become seeds of doubts once things start sprouting, then the weeds want to start to kind of tangle in, and I feel like it's still tending to that idea, kind of communicating with yourself, like whenever we have those seeds of doubt, like I always think with the Nine of Swords, whenever you got one sword that's telling you can't do something, you got to match it, give a positive affirmation with that. And it doesn't necessarily take away from your fears, but it does switches up that mindset, and it helps you kind of change that narrative so that you can still operate from a higher vibration, as opposed to getting kind of caught up in that sort that kind of Nine of Swords, that head type of energy there. But I'm even getting something to here that there is something I feel kind of frustrating here that maybe kind of causes strife. Like it's like I'm almost getting like an energy of either like being afraid to have a conversation, let's say for like wanting to ask someone out, or maybe this is like maybe we need to, or maybe we're having a breakup, or I don't know. There's this flustered type of energy too that's coming through that. Hmm. And it's like it's trying to like connect with you so you can like so we can form it into words, or so that we can communicate this thing, or hmm. Very interesting, Aries. More. Anyways, I think I'm gonna leave that there. Alright, let's see what let's leave that here. Let's see what else we have. Let's get another oracle on. Thank you. Okay, Aries. Oh, interesting. All right, so you got these 6 card Scorpios here, which is the bedroom card. You know, a little sexy time in there, Aries. But with this is a card of sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasures, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, retiring, dream time, astral travel, and call it a day. An energy that's coming through here is the retiring. And I almost feel like for some that maybe we are in this state of where we are getting ready to retire, possibly, and now we're getting to this place of where we're thinking about what those next steps look like, but there's this, it's not that we're necessarily afraid of what's going to happen next, which I mean, hopefully relaxation and total fulfillment, and hopefully you're already doing that there, Aries. But it feels that there's this almost like uncomfortable energy of just like, well, what am I going to do to maybe keep yourself busy? Now we have all this, we have more time that's been opened up, for these ideas to come to fruition. Where do you want to start? What does what does that look like? And I feel that whatever one kind of communicates to you the strongest, I feel like we want to be mindful of starting up, because I feel like, especially too, if you haven't had that haven't carved out those little pockets of time to invest in these sort of like these more interesting things, then it does get to where we want to start all the things, and then we can get a little overwhelmed starting all this stuff, and then nothing's really getting accomplished, and then that could even lead to this sort of like even kind of like a stress vibe. But yeah, just something to think about there. I feel like let's start with the one that brings out the most passion in you, because this is this is your hottest minor arcana here. This is your ruler in your sign, Mars in Aries. So I feel like it's follow that passion, Aries, and then let that fulfill to the next one, and then to the next one. But just like it's keeping those energies flowing. But I'm also kind of getting with this, Aries, that it is almost like this sense of leaving to a different place, like, because I keep hearing the line like I'm retiring to the bed, to the bedroom, or to bed, or and it's And this is something interesting to think about here, Aries, but maybe even for some of you, if you know that you're an active dreamer, and I don't mean just like your dreams. I'm almost getting like a sense of paying attention to even the ones that may not be so great, because there may be there is probably messages in there for you. I feel like that may be like your scan is like it's like higher self is maybe trying to communicate through you through your dreams, which I feel is fantastic there, Aries. So just something about, I feel like if you notice that, keep a journal by you, you know, something to kind of jot down these thoughts and in these messages, and to see they may not make sense in the moment, but it may be something that'll kind of come to kind of piece together as the days or weeks go on. So just even something to think about there too, Aries. But let's get some let's get some tarot on this. Thank you. All right, Aries. So you have the Hermit, the Eon card, the which is the Judgment card, the Prince of Wands, and then the which is not, oh yeah, Prince of Wands, and then the Seven of Disc. And I do feel like for some there is this energy of that we are getting ready to things are getting ready to close out here soon. You're getting ready to start getting ready to get on to a new cycle here, and it's like it's interesting with the Seven of Discs kind of being here, because I feel like it's like, where do we want to invest? But I feel like it's almost like where, because this can be in this deck as a card of failure, but I feel like it's like where, it's not that we failed in a sense, but it's more so just like where have we fail to fulfill ourselves in a sense, you know, where can we invest more time in, you know, where we can have a bit more fun, you know, a bit more, get all the things that you want from life, you know, kind of take your ideas and maybe you want to start up something, maybe you wanted to build chariots or do woodwork in general, maybe work with animals, or you know, maybe number of things. But I do feel that there's, with this kind of, with the Hermit kind of coming through here, there's maybe a need to maybe to retire to a space of a place where you can kind of meditate and really kind of go within and ask yourself kind of these deeper questions, like, okay, I'm here, where do I feel like the universe is moving me to next, you know, what does that look like, you know, have there, and I'm even getting too of an energy, just like especially maybe if we're retiring and we feel that, you know, we can't do certain things because of even like a certain age or something along those lines. And I will say, you know, the energies may be a little different than maybe when we were, you know, when we had first thought about the idea. But that never means that you can't. You want to pick up the guitar at 80, why not? Because I mean, you have more time, you have more patience for it. And there's more wisdom that is along that as well. And it's everything, all happens in divine timing. You know, it may, and I feel like it's one of those things that's like it doesn't make sense in the moment, but then it's like once we see these things to fruition and see where the joy that it brings you, others, Cerberus, you know, just like, and just like really kind of fulfilling that like inner sunlight there, so, something along those lines. They just like, it really kind of pops in a way. But I am also kind of getting an energy of here. It's like we've, maybe for some, it's like we've been just kind of, the words I'm getting is like we've been kind of out and about or something, and there's a need to just kind of, it's like maybe we've just been, I'm almost getting a sense of overindulgence, which is interesting from the Prince of Wands here. But it's like we've been maybe been distracting ourselves maybe with a little fun, you know, and there hasn't been any sort of like in which, again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like it's getting where it's kind of taking away from where this, it almost feels like distractions or something along those lines with the Prince of Wands, something that is keeping you from getting to this next to this ending chapter here, something like that. And there's like a need to just kind of come back and just sort of be in a space where you can kind of like really think about what's next. As a, it's almost like an aimless type of energy or something where, and it's like maybe we're worried or afraid about thinking about the maybe the future because we're not quite sure what's, you know, and then that's understandable, Aries, and you know you're in a judgment free zone, but hmm. All right, Aries, I think I'm gonna leave that there. But hmm. It's something to think about. Well, let's get your last oracle card. All right, last little bit here. You got third card of Capricorns, which is Crackshot card. And with this card of competent, superior, precise, expert, sharp tongue, witty, clear cut, dead on, intense, target, showdown, effective, impressive, accurate, skilled, excel, arrogant, and first class. Okay, and the energy that's coming through here is first class here, Aries. And maybe for some, hmm. I'm almost getting like an energy of, just for some, that there's like this literal kind of energy of maybe we're, maybe not maybe even taking like a first class trip or something along those lines, but getting on a like on a just maybe going on a flight and just like it's like like maybe doing some sort of like communication, or maybe we're going to listen to someone speak or something along those lines. And I feel like just kind of maybe pay attention for opportunities like that. Just something that just like I feel with the Prince of Wands here really kind of piques your interest. Very interesting. But another thing I'm kind of getting with this energy is like first class, thinking about your skills here, Aries. And I feel like for some that maybe we're in this state maybe where we, it's like we know we're good at something. I'm not sure, maybe there's this, there maybe it's either where we've been, I'm getting like it's one of those things like it's a skill that you may be a natural at, but maybe it's like frustrating to think about having to not necessarily take it to that next level, but it's like there's this energy of wanting to like invest and maybe refine in it, but there's a hmm, there's like a something that's like holding us back here. This could be, yeah, I'm just getting something holding you, like maybe holding you back, Aries, as far as like really kind of tapping into like maybe like a first class skill or like something becoming like a first. Hmm. Let me get some energy on this, Aries. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, Aries, last little bit here. Oh, I love that. Look at the sun. Alright, so you have the sun, the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and then the Knight of Cups here, Aries. And let's switch back over. Because I feel like with this energy, I'm still getting like a sense of, because it's like a combination of either, it's like we're going somewhere to maybe either learn a skill, maybe going to like a master class or something along those lines, or we're we may be thinking about going to teach some sort of class. That might even be something too. It may not be even, because I'm kind of reading it more as like it's like a, like maybe it's like our first class or something along those lines, and it's just like we're, I don't know. There's something here that it's, because that's even interesting. But that's coming through there. Let me get a little bit more with this Knight of Cups here, Aries. Oh, there you are, Aries. I love it. So you have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Cups. It's clarified by the Knight of Swords, and then here you are, Emperor. And this does kind of change things a little bit, because while I was shuffling for that, it does, because I feel like for some, there may be this thing here where it's like we're keeping our, because I love when this when the Hermit and the Sun come together, because it's like it feels like that there's something that we may be kind of keeping hidden up, or keeping kind of bottled in, or that maybe we're afraid that this could be, maybe it's like we're going to try to become like something in communication, or putting ourselves in a public eye, doing something where in a position of like of of um of authority or something along those lines. But it's like there's some of us, it's like we're staying in this hidden place here. It's it's either there's some critiques that may have been coming in, or it's just like maybe we're worried what others may think about us, or it's just like I'm not sure, but it's just like there's this energy of, if we kind of keep these abilities hidden, then and it's like we're denying ourselves a passion. I feel with the if we let me get one more. Interesting. Okay, so I got one more on the Knight of Cups, and then the Lust card kind of came through here, and it's like we're not, and that's interesting that you got the Lust card with the because the Lust is Leo's card, and then you got their ruler, the Sun. And I feel like it's like there's like, for some, there's this energy of you needing to shine, maybe maybe we've been, that's what I was trying to get with the Hermit. It's like needing to shine and needing to be bright and be seen. We've been keeping kind of cooped up in here for a while, and that's where I feel like it even like coming when we're talking about with the dreams, these messages, maybe communicating with the divine, putting these ideas out there. The Eight of Wands can be about messages, can be a card of even of travel as well. So it's just like I feel like if we start pursuing these things, then maybe even like opportunities to, and again, maybe not necessarily for first class, maybe not at first, Aries, but it could. I feel like if, especially when it comes to like thinking about how big a dream can be, I feel like it really is determined on you. If we put ourselves in this state of doubt, then you'll get the abundance that the energies will be there for you when you're ready to grab them, Aries. But it's just like it's like wish I had more words for this. It's like something could really kind of come to fruition in a way, and kind of really kind of elevate you in a way that you may not even see coming. Like it's, or like even things would start like the moment we start kind of pursuing these ideas, or these passions, or this calling, this whatever, this communication signal may be coming in, that things are going to start coming in, like the energies are going to start moving at a pace that's it's going to be fantastic, and it's going to get real close to that sun, like that happiness, Aries. So I'm gonna leave that there, because considering too, Leo's with the sun being in Leo, Mercury's retrograde in Leo for a little while. that's forming trines with your signs, and those are great opportunities for you, Aries, as far as like, taking the very trines are very fortunate energies. It clears obstacles, so it's a great time for you to tap into your energy and be bold, be assertive, be first class, and kind of show up and show out here. I'm even kind of getting for some. And in whatever capacity, this could be, maybe you're trying to make fame, or maybe we're just trying to become a manager, maybe trying to become supervisor, whatever that's looking like, but I think I'm gonna leave that there, Aries. So something to think about, but hopefully that made sense. But if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, and share this thing, because this is a because it really was a little bit everything here, from communication to retirement to fame. I mean, got a busy Aries, so you definitely share this if you know someone's maybe kind of been going through a lot or just been maybe would resonate with this. And have all you emperors subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. And then lastly, if you have any Cancer in your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping, down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Aries. Alright, and you got the Ten of Swords here. And with this card, I almost feel that, because it can be kind of an intense card too. In this deck, it's like a card of ruin. And, Ten of Swords can be like a card of rock bottom, kind of really, it's like Nine of Swords just cranked up to the max, as far as just like we're really kind of like just down in our head, just kind of really stuck, and for some this could be, it's just like we may be, let me get your oracle card here. But for some, I feel there's this energy of just really being mindful of how we're seeing a situation. Because when this Ten of Swords pops up, it's like, it's the Sun in Gemini, and it's about that duality. It's like a situation, let's say, for example, we think that we'll never be, can never accomplish what we want to dream. We'll fail at this thing. It's not even worth investing in it, and things along those lines. And it's like, and then like that compounds into depression because we're denying ourselves. So it's like, it's to a lot, and I feel like it's just, we want to be careful like of how that compounds and how we invest in our thoughts, and so that they don't lead us to that sense of where it like really burns us out here. See with the Nine of Wands, but. Let me get your oracle card here, Aries. Thank you. I like that because you got the Weaver card here, and I do feel that it is being mindful of what we do create. Again, what we create in our minds, because it's been, you rule over the head, Aries. So, I mean, that's our thoughts are powerful, and. Yeah, I feel like it's like maybe for some it's just like how we may be communicating with ourselves, and if we've been kind of noticed that we've been kind of caught in this spiral or maybe stuck in this cycle, it's how do we change that narrative, to accomplish these things. And because you can totally make all of your dreams, manifest, but it's trying to figure out how to get that stuff grounded, or very interesting energy, Aries, but I think I'm going to leave that there. So you stay safe out there. And you're there for retiring, or for, traveling, or just needing to have just some conversations, Stay safe out there, Aries. You raise your vibration to the roof. Because this is an interesting energy. So it seems like a lot might be kind of going on, or maybe just been kind of a busy thing. Just make sure that we do take time to retire and, grab some Z's there, Aries. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.